Hey, welcome back. All right, we're going to texture the daisies now. So you've annealed all your templates, right? And so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to divide your templates in half. Half of them are going to get a top, and half of them are going to get a bottom. Okay, so the X is the bottom. Whoops, too much glare. Now, originally, this stuff all started a long time ago in my backyard with a good friend of mine named Steve, and we started making these things called forever flowers. So needless to say, there was certain amounts of liquid refreshment involved, and a lot of these things just kind of just come from things like that. When I created the daisies, I just needed a circle, and believe it or not, the beer cap on the bench was perfect. So I believe you're looking for about a 1-inch circle. Anyway, so that's what you're going to do. You're going to take those and you're going to divide those in half, all right? So I've already punched some of them, okay, just so I can keep the video flowing. So we're going to take the one and show you the arbor press real fast. So what I've done right here, this is nothing special, okay? This is simply a piece of 1/4 inch, I believe, is what I've got. I've got maybe a little bit heavier, and I turned it down in a drill press down to about 1/4 inch, okay? I think it started 5/16 maybe. I can't remember. Okay. So all I did is turn that in the drill press. Then what I did is I put it upside down in the vise, and I took a ball burr and I hollow ground the inside of that. Okay. This is nothing special. It's just a hole drilled in a piece of round stock, for Pete's sake. But it's copper, okay? And it just doesn't care. It's just too, let's get that close and I'll show you. I'm going to do this with one hand. That's how easy this is. You simply just go pop, and that's all there is to it. And it'll all come up. But you don't have to have a fancy punch. You just don't have to. And that's it. There's your hole. It's just a perfect punched little hole, and that's all you need. Can you drill it? Of course. Can you do other ways of doing it? Of course. You can do it any way you like. Okay. So that's just my way. I like to have a complete setup right here. So after you do this, okay, I'm going to change it. I got to change my dies. And what I got to change is I've got to change to this here, and that's how we're going to bulb that out. Make the center of the flower. So that's a piece of 1-inch round stock, and all I did was dome it out with a grinder. I believe I might have put that, looks like I just spun it by hand against a grinding machine and then took it to a belt sander. This is a large hole drilled into it. You can see about the relation of the hole, okay? So drilled a hole into it, took a die grinder and really heavily radiused the corners, okay? So we don't need that. This can come out of here. Long time ago, I tried to make it so it was all in one tool when I was a kid, and just realized that just didn't work. So let's get that out of there. This is now going to come up in here. We're going to get that in there, put that in there like that, put that in there like that, just give it a little freeny firm. Back that up, all right. And then, like I said, I like this plate. We're going to put that plate in here, and we're going to go like that. Okay. So after you punch your holes, you're going to set your arbor press up to do this process right here. All right. So punch holes. All right. So let's sit back down. What we're going to do now is, well, I don't know if I can pull this off. So what we're going to do now is set this in the steady rest, and we'll just talk texture. So at this point, we're going to take my my blank that's been annealed, and I'm going to use my welding crossbeam hammer. And it's simply, you're going to gently cup it out a little, like that. You're going to turn it over, and maybe again a little bit. And you're going to work your way around these leaves and do all your templates. And this is how we do this, okay? You can keep on kind of going around if you want. There's all kinds of methods. You can go around and around like this, then flip it over. But generally it's going to take about 3 each side. You'll go down, flip it, bring it down again, flip it, bring it back again, and flip it. And, you know, you can do a little more. To me, 3 is about right, visually. One more. Alright, and again, go like that. That. And all you're doing is trying to bring life into it and make this ripply. You can already tell I'm already getting the texture that I'm after. Okay? Okay. So we'll go around on that. And then you'll take one like this. Okay? We'll go around and we're going to do the same thing again. All the way around. I'll cup them. There's one technique. Just work your way around. Don't hit the center. Stay away from the center for now. All you're doing right now is you're raising and lowering the copper to give the leaf some body. Give the flower body. Make it look alive. As you can tell, I'm really choked up on the hammer. I'm not holding it way back here. It's not power, it's finesse. It's carefully placed blows. I want to get the texture even across the whole flower. Alright, so there's that guy there. Alright, once you've gone through all of your flowers and you've made a matched pair like this, right? Next thing what you're going to do is you're going to use a hammer that you've got set aside that has a nice sharp point on it of some kind. And here you're going to come to the table and let the table back you for this one. And you're just going to color within the lines with this sharp point. I like to just kind of walk my way around the circle at first, all the way around. And get myself something that I'm saying is what I'm going to follow. I've got something like that, if you can see that. Okay. Keep filling it in. You don't have to beat the tar out of it, as you could, you're not hearing a lot of noise off the table. I'm just not hitting it that hard. That's why I like this big, heavy, lumpy thing. I barely have to pick it up and the weight does all the work. Finish this up a little bit. All right, so there's not much to that. That's about all you're after right there, is about that much, okay? Something like that, not too bad. All right, you can take your mallet now, gently flatten out the middle a little bit. Don't beat the tar out of it because you're gonna undo your texture, okay? And if you do undo your texture, you simply can come back in there and you can put it back, okay? Copper's pretty forgiving. You can wail on it quite a bunch, okay? You can do work like this quite a bunch. Okay, so now this leaf is a lot harder than it was. You're not gonna just be able to bend it like it was, because now it has been work hardened. And as I said, once you do this step, once you've done this now, it's work hardened. It's work hardened right around here. If you try to press that out, it'll crack. It's definitely work hardened all in here. And if you try to press that out, all of this will split and crack, and you'll get cracks from one hole to the next to the next. Okay? All right. So that means the next process is you have to anneal everything. I've already annealed some stuff. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go grab the two that I've annealed. And I'm going to move the camera a little bit more over here to this press right here. And let's see here. So here we go. Kind of doesn't matter which side you do, but you do want to try to center it up, roughly, as close as you can, right? So you're going to look one way, you're going to look another, and then you're going to go like that. Don't be afraid, push that in there a little bit. I'm going to take this little ball peen now. Well, first I'm going to push them with my fingers. Push with my fingers down. And I'm going to take this little ball peen and just ever so gently right around where it's crimped. There we go. Get her a little bit flat. There you go. All right, there's that. All right, so there's that. Boom. There's the bottom. All right. And that's exactly what we're looking for now. That's the bottom of the flower. All right. Next, you take that one. All right, so we've done our hammer marks on the top. I've already annealed it, all right? So we're gonna flip that over and you're gonna put your hammer marks down, all right? Again, you're gonna center this up visually as close as you can. And then you're gonna push down. Well, I like it. Yeah, you can massage it a little bit and get all your texture in there, get it started, and then come on down. There we go. All right. There's always going to be a leaf that crinkles, or whatever you want to say. That's fine. Let it do its thing. It's not going to matter in the very, very end. I like to use the little ball peen for this, and you can get in there and just kind of hammer it down just ever so gently and do like such. All right, so you got that down like that. Let's see what happens. And wow, look at that. So there's your nice little bulb, okay, with that. All right, you take this out. I like to put this balance down in here like this and kind of work this down a little, spin them around. See how those leaves just kind of opened up a little bit like that by doing that. Same thing here. Now, okay, here's where you're gonna get in trouble. See how this is getting all wrinkled like that? Okay, if you really want to play it safe, you'll anneal that, okay? I have had enough experience with this. I feel kind of safe. I'm gonna iron that out. Okay, it's kind of an experience thing as to when it's ready to rip and tear. You could feel it. You know, if you've worked copper enough, you'll know. Okay, so there's that. Okay, this is ready to be annealed again. Okay, so we've got these two pieces, and as you can see, you just offset them like that, and there is the beginning of your daisy. And you just kind of line up your bottoms. Yep, there's your bottom. So you got like that, you got like that, okay? All right, so the final will be, I'll show you guys how you weld this together, and you'll see how the gas welding jig comes into play. All right, so that's that step. Next is to weld them up. Anyways, thanks for joining me today. Once you get all your daisies ready for this, you know, you go through them all. Once you get that part ready, then you'll be ready to do the gas welding. Anyways, thanks for joining me. If this was fun, hit like, share it with your friends. And between now and then, you're going to want to come up with some sort of jig that you can weld these in, where you can start doing the gas welding. The stem goes on first. So we'll see you next time at Black Butte Forge, and we'll get these daisies finished up, and after that we'll move on to the next flower. All right, thanks for joining me. See you next time. Bye now.